Hey, what's up guys? Noir, one more time. And today I'm going to go ahead and do a video on Tengri 137. I've done some research and I've read the scriptures that they've given us quite a few times, and I think that I've put together a little thought on this well enough where I can describe it to you. And I'm going to take it from the top for those of you who haven't heard of Tengri 137 yet. So here's what it is. We're looking at Tengri 137, and as of right now it is essentially just a, well, they have a YouTube channel now, but it started out here on Twitter, and they made their first post March the 14th, and all they said was essentially just pi-15.9, which looks like Bible verses, but they really didn't go into detail about that. Then they posted again here, May the 15th, 2016, September 16th, 2016, and then again, March the 14th, 2017. When the time that I took this screenshot, these were the only 4 tweets that they have up online. So you click on these paste bins here, and it takes you over to these codes. And people have deciphered these codes and put it on this blog, which I'm going to post the link to here. It's very interesting stuff. But let's just start with the first one. And so I think there were 23 messages in total. 22 have been solved. This last one, which I'll get to, is unsolved as of yet. Page 1, Tengri. So if you look right here, it's in sort of a rune text, and in each of these you also get an image. This first text translates to 137 Tengri is the source of important writings. Only the chosen souls know the meaning. Worthy are those who ask questions, seek the truth, and use your minds. Your faith will weaken you. Everything you believe in must be forgotten now. Believing is not knowing. Only with knowledge you will find enlightenment. Like the others before you, you will understand everything better. Tengri has many names. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that right now. But backing it up though, this is very weird to start off communicating with someone in this fashion, saying that Tengri, or essentially I am the source of all of your important writings. Also, I wanted to make a quick note right here that I know a lot of Christians aren't going to really love, but I just want to explain this to you. Why Tengri said that faith will weaken you. Seems to be a little confusing concept there, but let me just explain to you what I think they're trying to say. Knowledge is where the strength is. Let me just walk you through a scenario. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but let's just say I went into deeper south or Alabama or something like that. Sorry for all you guys that live there, but this is just follow me with this scenario. And I said, hey guys, what do you think about the idea that, the humans could have been around for, I don't know, 100,000 years on this planet, and that maybe some of us didn't even evolve from monkeys, according to the Rh negative and positive blood factor. What do you think of that? And, generally the response from someone in one of these nether regions would be something along the lines of, look, all I know is Jesus made the earth in 7 days. That's all they is to know. And that's all I need to know. Okay? I got faith in that. And I don't even have to do any research because I got faith in that. Do you see where I'm going with this? That mind frame, completely ignorant. And I can see why Tengri would say that this will weaken you, because you know nothing of the past. All you got to do is say you have faith in it. So those of you who are taught that just blank faith with no knowledge is the way to go, you need to step up your game a little bit. But let's just move forward to the next Tengri message. Message 2, whenever the time is right, we bring you knowledge. Tengri is referring to itself as a we, not a he or an I or a her. We bring you knowledge. The knowledge comes from afar. Only reading the message is not understanding it. A clear mind is able to decrypt it, bring it to those who can understand it. The chosen soul will get the knowledge and our key to our eternal library, a key with which everything will be understood, a source of knowledge for many centuries. So now they're saying they're going to reach out to an individual. It seems to be pointing at just one specific individual. This is very strange. I can't really wrap my mind around this, but they mentioned that quite a bit. And then in order to prove their existence, they go on and start trying to just show their mathematical abilities. And starting with, they drop some of these magic cubes. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a cube where all the numbers that are in the cube, no matter which way you do the math, whether it be diagonal, straight across, yada yada yada, these 4 cubes that they gave us all come to the number 666, which I'm not going to really go into right now about the 666 thing. I know there's hella meaning there, but just know that prior to Tengri dropping these cubes on us, as far as our math, and I mean our as in humans on this planet, that I'm aware of or that has been recorded, we only had 4 cubes that did this perfectly, added up this way. And Tengri, in just one message, gave us 4 more, like it was nothing. Then they stepped the game up and The next one is not a cube, it's sort of a flower. It's essentially 7 circles and a cross. And they all add up also to 666. And then there's one with all these overlapping circles together. You go to this one, it's called Odin's Horn, and this is incredibly complex, way more complex than even the cube. And we've never even seen things like this. So whoever Tengri is, whether it be a group of people or as they claim to be a higher intelligence, and we'll get to that in a minute, but it's very strange their complex understanding of numbers. Okay, now this is huge, because if you guys remember the other day I did that video on the channel, and it was about the name Yahweh and how this name has been hidden and removed from our history, right? I thought it was maybe the sound of the name Yahweh, just Yahweh, was removed for its sacred contonation. But what Tengri is showing here is they're saying that it's not just the sound Yahweh, it is the way that it looks when it's written in Hebrew that is the important part, and that is the part that's been removed. And what they're showing you here is that it is essentially pi 7 pi to the 7th power, which looks just like the Hebrew symbols that represent it's a reversed YHWH, because if you read the Hebrew, it's backwards. So the reversed YHWH also looks exactly like pi 7 pi 7. That doesn't really mean anything unto itself. However, when you go in and do this equation like this, pi 7 divided by pi to the 7th, or pi to the 7th divided by pi 7, which was under the instructions given to us by Tengri, the first one is the fine constant structure, which I have no idea what that means. But it's very ironic that they were able to give us this math here. And then the next one, it comes to this divine number 137. And I haven't done a lot of research into numerology, but from what I understand, 137 is a very holy number. Wow, right? I mean, it's like the symbols have been hidden throughout history, but now we're looking at the symbols and we do the math of these symbols and we're finding some really deep math. I mean, if this is a hoax, right? If Tengri is just a group of guys who are coming up with this really complex puzzle that they're trying to blow people's minds and pretend like they're otherworldly intelligence, then, as Tengri keeps saying, this hoax has been either just recently guessed at, or this has been a hoax that has been planned for thousands of years. I know that sounds crazy, but for this name to have been removed and still have such significant mathematical meaning, it's just, I don't know, it just really is a lot to wrap your mind around, especially when we all understand the importance of this. They say that only Tengri is capable of doing this. Basically, they're saying that they've tried to hand this knowledge down in history and that some people have misunderstood and called them gods. Very weird. And basically, they're saying that anyone who has put these entities to be gods, they're saying that these people are dangerous. Maybe they're confused, and it says, do not let these people in your near, which is bad English. But also, I wanted to make a note here that at one point in my life, I dated a girl that was not from this country, and her English was very basic. And the way that Tengri communicates is also the way that someone who is trying to convey a thought through a language that's not their first language. That's what it sounds like. It's just very, I'm not going to say broken, but it's definitely not very eloquent way of speaking. It's just deep thoughts stuffed inside an English language, very basically. Anyway, they go on to say here that though we believe the universe is infinite, they say it's finite. They say that they've, traveled the universe. Also that time is finite. This all sounds very weird. We're not really used to ideas like this. Also, they go on to say that they are from another galaxy. They have been a species that is alive 3 billion of our Earth years. And they've been in our galaxy for 50 million years, roughly. Really insane thought. Really weird way to speak to somebody. Just like a sci-fi film. Okay, and number 22, they really start hinting at there's 23, the message 23 being a very important message, okay? That you have to repeat it, and that essentially inside of our mind we have knowledge that's been stored there, and that it only takes up 2% of our brain, which we only use 10 to 20%, but once we unlock that 2%, then it's going to take up 50% of our mind. Very weird way to speak here, very, very weird thought. But going into this final message, which you're supposed to read and eventually repeat, we have yet to be able to solve the final riddle. So it's still undecoded. We found some Native American chanting, and I'll leave links to all this stuff. And then eventually there was this weird sort of binary sound. but it doesn't really sound like anybody's really locked it in, like what is this thing? And I spoke the other day about Defango, and I'm not going to go into all that now, but he was on this other sort of puzzle quest, and he was in the desert looking for a spear, as instructed by Cicada 3301, which I'll get into later, but I think Cicada 3301 is some weird like deep state kind of stuff. I'm just guessing though. I don't even know about deep state, just a really highly intelligent group of individuals, but I think the Tengri is something totally different, and it could possibly be a higher intelligence communicating with us. I truly believe that. If I'm wrong, so be it, but I get that impression, you know, because I've studied religion for so long, and when I'm seeing the way that these things are speaking, it's just so bizarre, you know. So this final puzzle hasn't been solved, but while he was on his spirit quest there, trying to find this spear, I guess, he got a message on his YouTube. Now, again, aliens having a YouTube channel, very weird thought, but let's just go with it. Gives him a paste bin, which takes him over again to that last thing that I showed you here, which was the puzzle that has not been solved. This was all that we knew of Tengri, and then Tengri just makes another post like an hour ago on Twitter. So you click on that, that's another one of these paste bins. Takes you over to the same kind of code. It says nothing is random, but this time the code is reversed, so maybe that's the key to unlocking this code. And we'll see as things progress. Defango made a video about this little reverse code being posted, and again, I got the notification even before Defango posted the video. Not that I know how to decipher the code yet, but I definitely am locked right in. I mean, I'm following all these guys. I'm following Tengri's Twitter. I'm following Z over for Cicada on YouTube. So this final riddle has yet to be solved, but it just seems important to me, and I thought that I'd bring it to your attention and sort of just give you the briefing of what Tengri is, as far as I understand. And then you guys do your own research and just see what you can come up with. But just read through this when I put the thing in there. Just read through those 22 messages and just listen to the boldness in their claims and listen to the sci-fi nature of their understanding and how different it is from our previous understanding. Also, if you guys are into math or have taken any college level math courses, then this might really intrigue you, because for me it was really quite confusing when you get down to the numbers of it all. But what I did learn was this was very advanced understanding of numbers in general. So I'm going to leave it here. Also, I'm going to be doing some reports on Pizzagate soon, and I just want to say big up to everybody. Big up to Fred over Upper Bandwidth, Unknown Presence, Fishberry, all you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take it easy. Peace. Barry, all you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take it easy. Peace.